So it's been about a month since my last video. Gotta deal with Wi-Fi first. Alright, so like I said, it's been about a month since my last video. I believe the last one I made a video on was about my step prep. So what happened was the week after that I went to go ATV with some friends. It took like about half a day. Saw some stuff and we did a little tour of the island. Yeah, that kind of set me back a bit on studying, and so studying being the number one priority, I didn't make a video that week. The week after that was the week before my exam, and so I was really just studying the whole week as well as the weekend. So I didn't make a video that week either. And the week after, and then the week after that there was a tournament for our colleges. Since we have such a big class of 1,000 something people per term, they divided it into 8 different colleges with about 100 people each, and with a little Olympics Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Just, time to relax, de-stress, and just have a little bit of fun. We ended up getting 3rd place in that tournament, so it wasn't too bad. It was good fun. So I didn't make a video that weekend either. But most importantly, because of the recent coronavirus events, now we are no longer in Grenada. As you can tell, this doesn't look like Grenada, does it? But yeah, so we're currently in Toronto, and the school evacuated us because of the coronavirus and the possibility, I guess, there was a case on the island, but obviously that hasn't been confirmed. Everyone has their suspicion, but nothing official. Nevertheless, here we are. We're at Toronto Pearson Airport. We're inside the Plaza Lounge, and we are on the way back to the US. We had a really good fun the last few days, seeing family and friends, eating a lot, not sleeping a lot, and just having fun in general. But classes have moved online now. Our exams, our other stuff that we usually do, lectures, all that stuff, small group, have now been moved online, and we're going to do it all remotely. The journey to get to Canada was absolutely nuts. We got very, very lucky with our flight. I will fill you guys in on the details once we get back to the US. Okay. Well, I guess I might as well talk a bit about my step prep and how that's been going. The last schedule I had is posted right here. So that's what I was doing previously, but I updated that over the last 4 weeks into this most recent program, and this is definitely the one that I'm sticking with for the foreseeable future. And so, as you can tell, some of the big changes that I made, the question banks and how I've been using the question banks. That's just to give a little bit of detail of how I'm changing my study approach. And so I'm always making sure that I go through material multiple times, but at the same time spreading it out so that you have that variable interval learning. And so the way I've been doing that is first doing boards and beyond, number 1, filling boards and beyond with FOMA for each organ system. After that, I'll move on to the next organ systems, and I'm choosing the organ systems based on the exams that I have left. So my upcoming exam at the end of March consists of cardiology, renal, pulmonary, heme, and some basic sciences. On top of that, I'll start staggering questions. So the minute I finish one organ system, I will start doing questions per organ system using USMLE RX and AMBOSS. And as you noticed, AMBOSS I previously did randomized, but I think currently the most important thing is to really get the information in my head with some easier questions like RX and some more complicated questions like AMBOSS to really learn how to answer questions and to fill in the gaps that I have. And then once April comes along, mid-April, maybe end of April, then I'll start doing randomized questions for UWorld as well as Kaplan. So that's another thing that I'm changing. I'm holding off Kaplan for now because I think with RX, with AMBOSS as my organ system focused question bank and having past tests as kind of randomized as a flashcard should be a pretty solid plan, I think, for me. Oh, but yeah. So I caved, decided to use first aid. Even though I said I wouldn't, I didn't intend to, in all honesty, because I thought RX would cover everything, but I realized that it does not. Even going through all the other answer choices that they have per question, it still misses out some key information within first aid, and since first aid is considered the Bible, I've been annotating that word for word into my Boards and Beyond PDF file. So when I need to review in May, June, and July, if I need to review, I'll have everything in one place The reason I did first aid, annotating first aid into Boards and Beyond, is because there's more space to write, number one. And number two, Boards and Beyond does a better job explaining things, obviously, because it's not just facts. And so if I ever do want to refresh, for example, a physiology concept that I don't remember, or there's sometimes reasons explaining why maybe a pathology is a certain way it is, I wrote those explanations down because it helps me to remember things better. So that's why I'm using Boards and Beyond as kind of like my template, whereas most people tend to use first aid as their template and filling it in. But to each their own, whatever works for you, works for you. Take about 2 weeks to finish the Boards and Beyond as well as Pathoma videos. By then I should be able to annotate first aid into Boards and Beyond, and it'll be a lot easier, it'll be a lot quicker, because I already have a pretty good understanding of what's going on. It takes me about two days per organ system, 2 solid days per organ system, at least so far for cardiology and renal, pulmonary, heme, and basic sciences to fill in. Basic sciences are tested on all three exams. Yeah. So first exam, all the organ systems are done. Pathoma was done in all of them. Finished 2 out of the 4 organ systems from first aid, filling it into Boards and Beyond. I have 2 more to go. Our exam was pushed back 1 week. It used to be March 22nd, 23rd. Now it's March 30th. So I do have extra time to do that. So far, timing-wise, everything's been good, except for questions. Obviously, that's been a mess with everything that's happened the last few weeks, and more or less finalizing my study plan, which took about 2 months to do, which was kind of expected. Changed a lot. You learn what works and what doesn't work based on your schedule. But now that we're out of Grenada, we're going back to civilization. Classes are basically canceled. It's all online now. We don't have any small groups, we don't have any more OSCE, we don't have any those sim labs to worry about, so it's pretty much just straight up studying for the next 16 weeks or so, which is fantastic. Build that foundation prior to going into clinicals. Be ready for clinicals when the time comes. We'll be ready for STEP when the time comes. But yeah, so that's my study plan now. It'll be a lot easier to make videos now that we'll be back home, pretty much free up most of our day. I'll be making short videos, short updates. Probably won't be that entertaining because it'll be pretty consistent. I'll let you know if there is anything that I found useful. I do think first aid and Boards and Beyond combine best rather than do one versus the other, because both resources have things that the other resource doesn't cover. No one resource will guarantee you a perfect score, so the more you can get, the better, as long as it's obviously relevant. Quick question bank review. Past test is pretty easy. It's more like a flashcard. Amboss, as you have heard, is definitely much more difficult than the other question banks. It really does make you think one step further. On top of that, the step that they make you think about may not necessarily be something you've learned. Kind of, makes you feel a little bad that you don't know it. First 100 questions I did was like maybe 20 something percent, 20 something percent, and then I went up to 30 something percent. The last 100 questions was about 40 something percent, and this current set of 100 questions I'm hoping to hit around 50 something percent, and slowly make my way up to, I don't know, 70-80% by the end of May. By the time exam comes, it should be pretty okay. But on the bright side, it makes other question banks a lot easier. But yeah, so that's a quick study update on the STEP prep. Yeah, check back with you once we get back to the States.